Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Vannin and you have joined me here on Satisfactory again, another episode. In the last episode we did the concrete thing over there and we also did the iron node. So we did one of the iron nodes. So we're really fortunate over here that we've got like a load of pure resource nodes. So of the 4 iron nodes that we have, just one of them is like doing all of that stuff there, which is pretty cool, I think. I will also as well, in this episode, I'll need to go over there and show you because we did one of the research things which allows us to overclock certain things, but also allows us to underclock as well, because one of the really important things is to get your power thing right. So yeah, I'll go into that a little bit later on where you can actually see what I'm going on about. But this is the copper section. So just like we did in the last one, so we've got the copper node there, and we've got the miner on it. Instead of just running a belt straight to it, I've actually used one of where are we here? A conveyor lift, a Mark II one, as you noticed the last time, because this delivers 120 bits of ore per minute. We need to use the Mark II for this section here. So it comes up here, goes into here, and then there. Because just the same as the iron, it splits down to 30. So 120. Here's a splitter. This brings it down to 60. This splitter here then brings each one down to 30. And then we will actually have 30 output on the other side here. So coming off here. Just like with the other one. I've placed a constructor here just so I could figure out what the production is like. So for wire, which is the first stage, that produces 30, but the intake is 15. So technically, these 4, if all these 4 were going to do wire, which that's the plan, I need 8 constructors. That's quite a lot. And that's not really going to fit here because I have to do another one of these things just here. So my plan is that this level will be smelters, and I'll go up another level to do the constructors because we can just feed that going up, and then once we fed it going up we can then split it and so forth and so on. So yeah, my plan is to repeat that here, so we don't need that right now. And then what we'll do is we'll go up a level, so however many walls that is, it's like, I don't know, 3 walls or something, I think. Maybe 2. Get a foundation. You know what? I can live with that. Yeah, I don't really have a problem with that. So we're going to go up by 2. Up to there, and then, yeah. So, what we need to do first is we need to recreate this thing over here. So coming off that, we go into one of those, and then we just mirror it on the other side. So what we need a splitter, and I just put it in the corner there. Now I showed you how I had figured it out, but then somebody has actually told me another way of doing this, and that is when you use your mouse wheel, it actually turns them. So you can actually do stuff like that. I think that's straight. Not quite. So it does work. I'm just not that familiar with it just yet, clearly. So I will do it that way for the time being until I get a little bit better at it. Stick that there. Back two. And into there like that. So we now need the smelter. I'm going to have it line up right with the very edge here. Or do we want to come back a bit? Let's just come back a bit there, just to the... right there. And then, if you look down the bottom, see where it says currently building, and just above it you've got the hammer. You can see that green line. That shows you that you're in line with the other one. So, just there. Then I want to... So I can see the green line just next to the hammer, and over on the left hand side, just next to the splitter, you can see there's another green line that appears, and that shows you in line with the splitter. And then I want to place that one there. That into there. That into there. Back to. And just like that. So that's them now done. And we do that as copper ingot. Copper ingot. Copper ingot and copper ingot. So very shortly, when we actually get some more cable, we're going to need to do copper sheets. So these things here, these ones are going to be done for the copper sheets. So logistics. That's them. Now we're going to need to get up there. So we want the zoop. not what I wanted. I want that. Now we have that there. So then all I need to do is fill in this roof a bit. Oh, we'll come from that one. Oh, we're out of stuff. Well, I'm going to go back and go and get some stuff, and I shall finish off filling in this, and I shall also bring the things up here. And then we shall start with the constructors. Yes. So, I shall bring these guys in a little bit. So, whilst I'm over at this section, getting some iron plates from over there, I thought I'd show you a couple of things whilst I'm here. I mentioned earlier about overclocking and underclocking. You have a look at your thing here, and your wiggly line here, you need to have as straight as you possibly can. And there's a couple of different things that can cause this. And it's machines starting and stopping. So machines that are on the grid that are starting and stopping. Now, I had to actually... Let me just turn that sound down a little bit for you. So I had to actually underclock this one, because this one produces, just like all of the others, because it's a pure node, 120 ore per minute, and it's going into just 2, because the constructor for concrete is 45 per minute, not 60. So it's a different ratio. So if I stuck 3 constructors onto it, then it wouldn't actually work. It would mean I would need to overclock this, because 120 divided by 45 is like 2.6. So I'd actually need to overclock this, but I haven't got the bits and pieces for overclocking, so it's actually more beneficial, certainly for my power, to actually underclock this to closer to the actual performance of what was needed. So here, this slider bar down the bottom, but I knew I needed to do 90 per minute, because that's what the 245s add up to. And you can also see here, you can actually change these figures. You can just highlight it and just type in what it is that you're looking to do. So you can just highlight it and type in what you're after on there. So that wiggly line there is quite possibly because I may not have completely fine-tuned something else that I've added in, which I will be covering at some point, possibly this video, maybe the next. We had, I mentioned in the last one that we had stuff coming into the awesome sink. After having a conversation with a friend of mine, he actually suggested putting a storage container here, due to the fact that you can't actually add things manually into the sink. So adding a storage container into this loop allows me, if I end up with a load of stuff, I can actually stick it in there. We have another ticket, so let's print that off. Means I've now got 5, and this is the shop. So we go into here and we have architecture. So I've already bought some stairs that I plan on playing with, some concrete pillar sets, some metal pillar sets. We can add catwalks and industrial catwalks, but the ones that I've got my eye on are these ones here, the conveyor walls, and they're 5 tickets, which we've just got. So we'll do that. And then they appear here in the architecture tab, I think. Maybe not. Maybe they're in the walls. Yep, they're in the walls. So here you can have a thing that allows for conveyors to go through. Over on the other side, I need, I want to utilize them in certain places. So I may even sort of like this here, I may even sort of like bump it out so it's on the outside or something. I don't know. I may have a little play with it, but it's just something I want to utilize for this. And that being right at the very end, I don't know whether I can actually stick a wall there. The answer is yes. Yes, I can. So my aim eventually is to have it all enclosed, but yeah, I shall bring these guys back once I've filled in this roof and done these bits here. So I just had to come back over to fill up the biomass generators with solid biofuel, and here you can now see the there's no squiggly line anymore, no wavy line, and that was all because on this thing here, which is creating solid biofuel, it was this conveyor belt here. That conveyor belt there was an ordinary one. It was a Mark 1 and it should have been a Mark 2. It was either that one or that one. I can't remember. One of the two. But yeah, just by having the wrong conveyor, which was meaning that certain things would be slowing down or shutting off, which then means that you end up with that squiggly line, and there's more chance of you getting breaker trips. So making sure you got the right things in the right places and you're managing your power correctly will mean you've got that nice straight solid line moving forwards. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. And this thing here, basically, there's a couple of different types. So there's biomass with leaves and biomass with wood, and then both of them make solid biofuel. So you dump the leaves into here. This then turns into biomass. Biomass then gets dumped into there, and then this will then make it into biofuel, which then sends it into here. Why did I have this container here? Why didn't I just have that constructor going into that constructor? In case I have biomass. So if I have that biomass from that's made from leaves, so if I have this stuff in my inventory and I don't want it, I can stick it in there. So that's why I've put that there. Makes it perfect sense to me. Might not make sense to all of you, but so I shall head back over there, and now that I've got some power on, and I shall bring you back very shortly to see how far I've got. Well, welcome back. So this spaghetti junction of everything is the feeds from those smelters. So 4 smelters is then 2, 4, 6, 8 constructors plus another 2 constructors to take from copper wire into cable. Now I'm on one of these lookout post things, as they're pretty handy to see if there's any issues or problems getting up high and looking down. And I've actually noticed one problem just there. That outside conveyor doesn't seem to have anything on it, so maybe that's not connected or something down the bottom, or the smelter's not turned on or something. Well, it would be because coming through there, so something can't be connected there, which is an easy enough fix for me to do. But anyway, so we have got cable coming through here. Things are beginning to slow down and back up. I think I may need to upgrade some tracks here. I think that's 100% what's going to end up happening, because I did have a quick look at the power and it's getting that squiggly line again. So something is up, and I can now see what's going on. Things are backing up, so things aren't moving fast enough. But basically everything is going down, and it's going down into that storage down there. And I've actually got an elaborate thing doing the split thing, but meaning we can still walk through. And then that comes down, and then I have a new awesome sink down the bottom there as well. So that is our copper in terms of for copper wire and for cable. That is now producing that. We still have 4 smelters down the bottom. That will be for copper sheets, but that will probably be next time. And possibly we may need to start looking at looking for either some more blue slugs that you can see over there to maybe look at overclocking some stuff, or we need to start thinking about upgrading to the next tier of power, because I've just had to actually put more power biome mass thingies down there, and yeah, that's a lot of work. Whereas I think the next stage is, I think, coal, and obviously we'll need to go out and look for coal, but so maybe the next episode is to actually go on a bit of an explore. I think maybe go and check some stuff out, go and look around the surrounding area and see what more bits and pieces we can find. But until the next one, like if you like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. It massively helps out.